Fatty liver is one of those problems that can grow quietly for years, without dramatic pain, without obvious symptoms, and without giving you a clear warning label. But your body does give clues. The trouble is, most people brush them off as just getting older, stress, or bad sleep. And one of the most overlooked clues often shows up in the morning, before you've even had breakfast. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the early signs of fatty liver that are easiest to miss. And then I'll show you the realistic, science-backed ways many people use to start reversing it. Your liver is basically your body's main processing center. It helps manage blood sugar, handles fats and cholesterol, filters waste, supports digestion through bile production, and plays a huge role in inflammation. When fat starts building up in liver cells, what doctors call fatty liver, those systems don't shut down all at once. They get slower and less efficient. That's why the early signs can feel vague. Now here's the encouraging part. In many cases, especially early on, fatty liver can improve dramatically with the right daily changes. The goal isn't a trendy detox. The goal is to reduce the liver's workload, improve insulin sensitivity, and create the conditions your liver needs to repair. Early signs of fatty liver. Before we go any further, here's something important to understand. These signs don't usually show up all at once. They tend to layer over time, which is why fatty liver so often flies under the radar. Let's start with one of the earliest and most overlooked clues, especially noticeable in the morning. 1. Waking up tired even after sleeping. This is the morning clue most people miss. If you wake up feeling unrefreshed, like your body never fully recharged, it can be a sign your metabolism and inflammation are out of balance. Fatty liver is closely tied to insulin resistance, and that can disrupt sleep quality, energy production, and how your body uses fuel overnight. The key thing to notice here is consistency. If this happens most mornings, or feels worse after late-night snacks or heavy dinners, your liver may be struggling more than you realize. Now, when fatigue sticks around long enough, it often starts affecting something else next: your mental sharpness. 2. Brain fog, forgetfulness, or low motivation. If your mind feels slower, you're more forgetful, or your motivation feels unusually low, it can be connected to metabolic stress. When the liver is overloaded, blood sugar swings and chronic inflammation tend to increase, and both can affect mental clarity. On its own, brain fog can come from many causes. But when it shows up alongside persistent fatigue, it becomes a much more meaningful signal. And once metabolism is struggling internally, it often starts showing up physically. 3. Stubborn belly weight that keeps creeping up. A classic early sign is weight gain around the midsection. Even when your eating habits haven't changed much, fatty liver and belly fat often travel together because they're both linked to insulin resistance. Here's the simple idea. When insulin stays high too often, your body stores more fat, especially in the abdomen, and the liver becomes a storage site for excess energy. As the liver becomes more burdened, digestion is often the next system to feel it. 4. Feeling full quickly, bloated, or having more digestive discomfort. Your liver supports digestion by producing bile, which helps break down fats. When the liver is under strain, digestion can feel off. Some people notice bloating, discomfort after heavier meals, or feeling full sooner than usual. These symptoms are easy to dismiss, but when they appear alongside weight changes or fatigue, they add another important piece to the puzzle. As fat continues to accumulate, the liver itself can begin to send more direct physical signals. 5. A dull pressure under the right ribcage. This usually isn't sharp pain. It's more like a dull ache, heaviness, or pressure on the upper right side, especially after large meals. In some cases, fatty liver can cause mild liver enlargement, which creates that uncomfortable sensation. And while this is still considered an early-stage symptom, it's a sign you shouldn't ignore. But not all warning signs are felt. Some are visible if you know where to look. 6. Skin clues, itchiness, dark patches, or more skin tags. This surprises many people. Insulin resistance can show up on the skin as darker velvety patches around the neck or underarms, more skin tags, or unexplained itchiness. These don't diagnose fatty liver, but they often point toward the same underlying problem: poor blood sugar control. And finally, the sign that often confirms everything. 7. Lab results that look slightly off. Many people discover fatty liver through routine testing. Liver enzymes like ALT or AST may be mildly elevated. Triglycerides may be high, HDL may be low, or fasting glucose may start creeping up. The mistake most people make is hearing the word mild and assuming it means harmless. In reality, mild abnormalities are often the best opportunity to reverse the problem. Before we get into the simple steps that help reverse fatty liver, take a moment to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications. Doing that helps this video reach others who may be dealing with these same warning signs and don't yet realize their liver could be involved. Now, I want to share something that ties into everything we've been talking about. Because when it comes to supporting your liver and metabolic health, mitochondria play a bigger role than most people realize. Here's something fascinating. Your liver cells contain more mitochondria than almost any other cells in your body. And for good reason. Mitochondria are the tiny powerhouses that produce energy and help burn fat. When mitochondrial function declines, your liver struggles to process fats efficiently, which can accelerate fat buildup. This is where something I've been looking into comes in. It's called Mitolyn, and it's specifically designed to support healthy mitochondrial function using 6 natural ingredients backed by research, including maqui berry, rhodiola, and schisandra, which have all been studied for their effects on mitochondrial health. Now, I want to be clear, this isn't a magic solution, and it's not a substitute for the lifestyle changes we just talked about. But for people who are already working on improving their diet, movement, and sleep, supporting mitochondrial function can be another piece of the puzzle. What I appreciate about Mitolyn is that it focuses on the root cause, helping your cells produce energy more efficiently and burn fat more effectively, which is exactly what your liver needs when it's dealing with fat accumulation. The ingredients like amla support healthy digestion, schisandra specifically supports liver health, and the formula as a whole is designed to work with your metabolism, not against it. They offer a 90-day money-back guarantee, which gives you plenty of time to see if it makes a difference alongside the other changes you're making. If you're curious and want to learn more about the science behind it, I'll leave a link in the description below. Again, supplements work best when they're part of a complete approach, not a replacement for one. But if you're serious about supporting your liver and metabolism, it might be worth looking into. Now, let's talk about reversing fatty liver, because this is where a lot of people get steered in the wrong direction. You'll hear promises like, flush your liver in 3 days, or do this cleanse and melt liver fat. The problem is, your liver doesn't heal through harsh cleanses. It heals when you stop flooding it with excess fuel, calm inflammation, and improve insulin sensitivity. So I'm going to give you the most practical steps that consistently show up in real improvement. Step 1. Fix the biggest driver, insulin resistance. For most people, fatty liver isn't caused by fat alone. It's driven by insulin staying elevated too often. That's why one of the most effective starting points is reducing added sugars and refined carbohydrates, especially sugary drinks, desserts, white bread, pastries, and frequent snacking. When insulin levels come down, the liver stops storing excess fat and finally gets a chance to clear what's already there. Once insulin improves, the next step is making meals work for your liver instead of against it. Step 2. Build your plate around protein and high-fiber whole foods. Protein helps control appetite and preserve muscle, while fiber slows blood sugar spikes. A simple guideline is to center meals around whole, minimally processed foods your body recognizes. This doesn't have to be perfect. Consistency matters far more than extremes. With food choices improving, it becomes easier to look at the type of fats you're consuming. Step 3. Choose the right fats and cut the worst ones. Ultra-processed fats and fried foods place extra strain on the liver. Many people see improvement when they reduce packaged snacks and fast foods, and instead focus on healthier fats like olive oil, avocados, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish, choosing options that work best for their digestion and lifestyle. But food alone isn't enough. How you move your body plays a powerful role too. Step 4. Walk after meals. It's simple and shockingly effective. A short walk after meals helps muscles pull glucose out of the bloodstream, which lowers insulin demand and reduces fat storage in the liver. Even 10 to 15 minutes can make a noticeable difference, especially when done consistently. Movement helps, but recovery matters just as much. Step 5. Improve sleep and manage stress. Poor sleep and chronic stress raise cortisol levels, worsen insulin resistance, and increase cravings for quick carbohydrates. Creating a consistent sleep routine and reducing late-night eating can significantly support liver repair. Finally, There are a few common habits that can quietly slow progress if they aren't addressed. Step 6. Be careful with alcohol and common liver stressors. Alcohol adds extra processing work for the liver. Cutting back, or taking a break, can give your liver the breathing room it needs to heal. It's also important to be cautious with supplements and so-called liver cleanses, which can sometimes do more harm than good. And to make sure your efforts are paying off, there's one final step. Step 7. Track the right signals and recheck progress. Follow-up labs with your healthcare provider can show meaningful improvement in liver enzymes, triglycerides, blood sugar, and waste measurement. Many people also notice clearer energy, better digestion, and improved focus as these markers improve. Fatty liver is common, but it's not something you should ignore. Your body often whispers before it screams. If you recognize the early signs and make the right daily changes, you can give your liver a real chance to heal, and that can improve your energy, your metabolism, and your long-term health. Which of the early signs we talked about stood out to you the most? Or which one made you stop and think it might be time to pay closer attention to your liver? Let me know in the comments below. If this video surprised you, worried you, or even gave you some relief knowing these signs can be addressed, consider sharing it with someone you care about. Fatty liver often goes unnoticed, and one shared video could help someone catch it early before it turns into something much more serious. If you found this video helpful, there's one more video I strongly recommend watching next. It dives into subtle warning signs your body may give days before a heart attack, signals many people completely overlook until it's too late. One of them often feels harmless at first, which is why so many people miss it. Click here to watch it now.